Hello, everybody. My name is Wildfang, and I'll be skinning another console today. And I am followed by Galactic, aka the only guy that could be smuggier than the smuggest guy in the room, and Darkwave, aka I don't know what they call him.
Hi.
But that's contradictory. You said he's Darkwave. I don't know what they call him.
I said I don't know what to call him.
Nah, that's cap. You can roll the footage back. We all heard what you said. But I'm Galactic, the smuggest guy in the room, for a reason. Yeah.
I don't like you. I really don't. I hope when you're going to bed you stub your big toe.
Okay.
Today we're going to start off with the gamings, because apparently we have to do this. First things first, I want to start off with something. There was an argument in the chat that particularly had me want to ask a question on this podcast today, guys. And the main question is, do you guys think that Pokemon and Dark Souls are niche games?
Hell to the no. To the no. Listen, and I know why it came about. So if you guys are curious, right?
Yeah.
Elden Rings, upcoming game. It was up for most anticipated game, right? The public vote and all.
Yeah.
With God of War, with Legend of Zelda, and there was something else. Halo. All those games on the same voting ballot.
Yeah.
And Elden Ring comes out on top as the people's voted most anticipated game of next year, or upcoming in general, right?
Yeah.
That's a big deal. And what type of game is Elden Rings?
Souls-like.
Okay, then. That says it all right there. You can't call something niche if it beats out Legend of Zelda. Legend of motherfucking Zelda, God of War, and Halo is just not a thing. I don't know, in my opinion. It doesn't count.
I mean, because the argument that me and you saw, Galactic, we were both... I don't know if you were dumbfounded on the whole argument, but I saw the words, Pokemon's niche, but I love that journey. And I was like, Pokemon's niche?
Yeah, the thing that had everybody going outside and dying, like getting hit by a car. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and finding multiple dead bodies. Niche. And I was very confused at that, because I was wondering, what does that even mean? And then I realized, I don't think certain people know what they were talking about that day, during this particular argument, because that didn't make no sense. You know what I mean? Because I was looking at that, and I was like, how was it niche? Darkwave, do you have anything to say on that nonsense?
Man. You know what, man? I'll just... You go first, sir. You go first.
Pokemon and Dark Souls being niche. I already said what I had to say. I was confused. I was super confused and flabbergasted that both Pokemon... Now, mind you, both Pokemon and the Souls franchise were considered niche. And I was just like... But that doesn't even make any sense, though. And Galactic heard us. He saw the argument. It was in GroupMe. It's an exclusive GroupMe that we are in.
It don't make sense.
Dark Souls are neat. Yeah.
I feel like they watched
Pokemon. Fuck.
Dark
Souls?
Or maybe Dark Souls, right? Maybe.
Dark Souls is more of, I mean, the thing with I wouldn't say Dark Souls is niche. I'd say it has a very strong and obvious fan base. I wouldn't say it's a niche fan base.
Not anymore.
Wouldn't say it's a niche game either.
Yeah, not
The
even.
way the Souls games have evolved over the years, those games are I wouldn't say they're niche. They're niche.
Mhm.
Like I wouldn't say that either, but I was literally looking at that joint like y'all said niche. The part that fucked me up, it was the Pokemon one the mostly, and it was like Pokemon is a niche title, and I was like, huh?
Too many things inspire to be like the Pokemon games or better than the Pokemon. But that should even be considered niche. If you told me Dark Souls or Demons, whatever, Souls games are niche, I would. You know what? I wouldn't argue with that to a certain extent. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, okay, I can see your point. I can see an argument there.
Yeah.
Pokemon? There's too much. First of all, there's too many inspirations of games that wouldn't make Pokemon niche. I mean, Temtem, need I say more?
Yeah.
Nexomon, and all these other mons out here. So, I mean, there's no nicheness about Pokemon.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Yeah, Pokemon's not niche in the slightest. But apparently it's niche, so I mean, apparently it is, and that's the part that had me fucked up mentally. I was like, how, per se, Capitan is that niche, and it was like, you think niche is negative? I'm like, no, even I don't think niche is a negative word. It's just Pokemon isn't a niche title. Pokemon is probably the furthest thing from a niche title.
Exactly.
Like, it's one of the most popular things in this world.
I feel like literally everyone I know, I'm talking people that just don't even play certain games. They don't even play single player games. Has played a Pokemon.
Exactly. But
like I said, too many things has been inspired by Pokemon games. Too many games.
Mm-hmm.
So that alone makes it a non-niche title. That game, I mean, let's face facts. A Pokemon game alone can sell systems. So again, not niche.
you're actually right on that. A Pokemon game, I've seen Pokemon games sell. I've actually seen Pokemon games sell consoles. Like when Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu came out. Let's just say not a single person didn't buy that joint at the time. And I know somebody that bought both.
I mean, I didn't buy it, but
I know somebody that bought both. That was the weird part.
I mean, some people do buy both games.
Yeah.
I usually buy both games because of the different exclusive Pokemon.
Yeah, and then I stopped caring after Pokemon after years of not playing it. Wow,
Pokemon
this is the hardest
is
thing to stick.
Huh.
Pokemon. It is what it is. You either play it in 2020 or you, and more likely, most people at least try the newer ones at some point.
Yeah, Galactic.
But like I said, niche is. But niche is not even. Pokemon and niche aren't even in the same atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not skinning this. I'm gonna get professional help to skin this console. Unless you could. Does anybody know how to take off the panels off a PlayStation 5?
Yes.
How do you take off the damn panels?
Well, you lay the PlayStation on its side. You grab the back left corner. Fill up. And diagonally down to the right.
What?
Carefully. It pops off.
Do you
quickly.
have new panels or something to throw on your PlayStation?
No, I have skin. I don't know how to put it on though.
Here. There's plenty of people. Okay, hold on. I'll send it to you while you continue the podcast.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do that. And I'll take care of this later. But for now, I'll just go ahead and clean my controller. Anywho, right back in your phone. There you go, buddy. Sexy ass PlayStation. Get rid of this cam. This is a lot harder than the Xbox, I can tell you that. Anywho,
It shouldn't be though.
it was a little bit harder. I don't know how to take the panels off.
It's actually really easy. Here.
I may just hire you to do it, son.
No, I'm sending it to you now.
Or I'll just hire you to do it. Call it a day.
No, I'm sending it to you now.
$50. $50 sound about right?
That's actually a decent amount.
Alright, cool. When I get a chance to get to you, I will just have you put on my skins.
Okay.
Anywho. But yeah, you go ahead and still send me that. But yeah, back to the topic. That niche shit was just the weirdest conversation I've ever had, and I couldn't even I couldn't insert myself in the conversation besides just be flabbergasted and dumbstruck on the definition of niche being defined as two different things. But then I'm like, a Souls game ain't niche no more, bro. Not in this day and age. Like, when we get the Demon Souls numbers, I guarantee they're gonna have a lot of money. And this is why I like From Software. From Software, they don't over budget their games, so they always make enough of their money back plus interest, because they're always grateful. Hell, they made $2 million for the first Dark Souls. They were good. They're like, oh yeah, it made back the money. Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
But as you can see, we live in a day and age where a game has to make about $1 billion and change to make it back its money. Other than that, it doesn't make sales. But pish out that. But yeah, I just wanted to ask that quick question, because that one was a eyebrow raiser, and I was like, let me ask my peoples to see if they know.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Right? Just in case y'all, I was confused. I was the only one confused on that little Pokemon's niche comment. So I was like, Pokemon's niche? One of the most popular Nintendo titles in the world? Niche? Pokin? We got Pokin. They didn't make Pokin off of nothing. Okay. Next is the Game Awards. Oh God.
Trash.
It was beyond trash, because out of the 3 people watching it, one person legit fell asleep in the midst of watching it.
I mean, Game Awards are. I mean, apparently they. Well, I didn't watch it, but I read the reward winnings. Apparently, they didn't show much anyway as far as new releases or anything either.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second, I believe.
Yeah, we will. So, I want to start off by saying this. The Game Awards started off with hot fire by showing us Sephiroth for Smash Brothers. I'm going to change the music now, because I was getting too They start off by showing Sephiroth, which was the right thing to do, you know? That was amazing. But let's go over the games that won Game of the Year, Best Direction, Narrative, Audio Design, Best Score in Music, Best Performance, Games for Impact, Best Ongoing, Best Indie, Mobile, Communities. I don't give a fuck about half these joints. I'm gonna start from the bottom, because I don't really give a fuck. Right? And I'm skipping the esports, because that shit was trash. Of course, everybody knows we got the Player's Choice, which was Ghost of Tsushima. I was about to say Elden Ring. Everybody agree, clearly the best game was Ghost of Tsushima. You know? Like, that wasn't even a fucking what? Then we got most anticipated game, which was Elden Ring, which I really can't wait to see what's going on in Elden Ring. Like, especially with two people that's working on it. Hold up.
Did they even show anything else?
Nope.
I'm sorry, guys.
Nope.
Accidental.
Trash.
Meeting and Soul Series development, so we're building. Hold up.
Hmm.
I was looking at Elden Ring. What if because somebody says about Vikings, and I was like, that doesn't even sound right.
Rumor.
Uh,
They haven't said anything, but that's a rumor.
yeah. Yeah, okay. It's nothing to do with it. Okay. And then I noticed it's so Elden Ring started off with the Ring City. Oh, that's tight. That's vicious.
Dark Souls 3 Ring City?
Yep.
And was that a rumor or something?
No, so it began early 2016 following the release of the Ring City.
You're talking about development.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we have the ability for players to create their own custom characters instead of playing as a fixed protagonist. Consider Elden Ring a more natural evolution of the Soul series, game being much larger in scale to compare to them, featuring an open world with new gameplay such as horseback riding and combat. However, as will not feature populated towns with non-player characters, with the world having numerous dungeon-like ruins and places inside of them. Okay, let's move on. Now, I want to move on to the shit that started. I don't care about creators over here. The best multiplayer game. It was Among Us, and it had Fall Guys and Valorant and Call of Duty, Warzone, and Animal Crossing, and Among Us actually won. And I was like, that's amazing.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Among Us is still played. Fall Guys, while it also became super popular, it's just not it anymore to me.
Mm-hmm.
We got best sports racing game. We got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, which is a sports racing game. One of those two. Didn't know this, but whatever.
That's because don't you race other skaters?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in this. I'm not. I don't work behind the scenes there. It literally beat Dirt, F1 2020, NBA 2K1, and FIFA 21, which was the funniest thing ever. Then we got best sim strategy game. The part that messed me up here, I don't know if anybody's seen what's it called. We have Gears Tactics and Desperado. And Crusader Kings. Now, this joint is best. Oh yeah, and XCOM, right? But then Microsoft Flight Simulator wins, which is the only sim on here, but the rest were strategy games. So Microsoft Flying the Plane wins. Does that make sense? Because I would have put Desperado 3 as the winner. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. It's a real-time strategy game. Okay.
It smells like something.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Best family game. See, that's where I was confused too. I was like, family game as in multiplayer, or family game as in something you play with the family, or you just play it with a group of people. I don't know. I was confused, right? But then Animal Crossing won that, and I was like,
they should just mean this family friendly is probably what they do.
Yeah, that shows they should have said not best family game, because I'm like, Fall Guys, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which should not ever be anywhere because that game was a sham. Minecraft Dungeons, which clearly was a better game. Paper Mario was also a better game. Crash Bandicoot, okay. And here's what the category when I was just like, okay, I think we're rigged here. Now, it said best fighting game. we have Mortal Kombat 11, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Street Fighter V Champion Edition, One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, and Under Night in Birth, EXE Late CLR. Now, for me, I was like, there's only one game on here that actually is a new IP, and that's Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I would have rather seen that win, but Mortal Kombat made the most sense. Wait, when did Mortal Kombat 11 originally come out?
Wasn't it early this year?
2 years ago? No.
Or late last year?
Last year.
Okay. So, Mortal Kombat came out last year, right? Why was it even... So why was that Street Fighter even on this goddamn list? Oh wait, Under Night in Birth on this list.
When did the name Birth come out?
Under Night in Birth, it's an update. So is the Champion Edition of Street Fighter.
And then so is Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. So why were they even here? Why were they even on this list?
Because they needed to do the fighting game category.
Okay, so why was a One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, even close to this list?
Because they probably couldn't think of any other fighting games.
Okay. Then we got best role-playing game. Right? We got the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. Now, when it came to this, right, I was a little confused. Wasteland 3 should have technically been in the best sim strategy category. You know, because it's a tactical RPG. Or real-time RPG, you know, however you want to call it. Or tactical RPG. And I was confused at the fact that it's not there. And it was whatever, bro. I don't care anymore. But yeah, if I was to give a game in its best RPG, it would have been Yakuza. Not even Persona. And I love Persona, but it's just Persona 5 again. I would not have given it the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, yeah. Then, we move on to my favorite category. Best Action, and then there was also Best Action Adventure, so this shit confused the holy dog shit out of me. Right? But I'm going to start with the action part. There was Hades. Right? Hades. Doom Eternal. Half-Life Alyx, Neo, and Streets of Rage. Now, guys, right? One of these games don't belong. Can anybody guess which game that is?
What Zelda games again?
Hades, Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2, and Streets of Rage 4.
Oh, Half-Life?
I mean, no.
I don't know which one. I haven't played all of them.
Oh, okay. I have a question, and this is a specific question for you. Have you played Doom?
Yes.
What is Doom?
It's a shooter.
Why is it in the action category?
You're asking me? Doesn't you technically consider it to be an action adventure?
I mean, if that's considered to be an action adventure, I'm pretty sure The Legend of Zelda is a freaking simulator.
Like, I don't know what you want from me.
Bro, I'm just letting you know. Why is a first-person shooter in the best action game?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, all right. You're fine. You're right. All right. Hades won, deservingly so. I would have given it to Streets of Rage 4, but all right. There we go to best action adventure, which Last of Us 2 won for some fucking reason. Yeah, in a joint with Assassin's Creed, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which I easily would.
They should have just said PlayStation.
Yeah.
Best PlayStation game.
Yeah.
Half of those are just Sony exclusives. But anyway.
Yeah. Then they said innovation and accessibility, which doesn't.
Oh my god, that was the worst one. I was watching it, and it was like, how?
Yeah, okay.
How? How did Last of Us 2 become best innovation? Can you explain that? Explain. What is innovative about Last of Us 2?
Doc, wait for you still there if you haven't died yet. I said, what is Galactic asked you a question, man.
So the category is best or most innovative game, right? Guess which game won?
What?
The Last of Us 2.
What?
Oh, so you understand my confusion then.
How? Okay. There's nothing innovative about Last of Us. You die and play the same. You die and you play Last of Us like you would die and play Tomb Raider. What?
Oh, I was just making sure you.
Innovative and accessibility, innovation and accessibility, and apparently that one.
But
I don't know. I really would like to know what they were thinking.
There's nothing innovative about Last of Us 2. It's literally a first of all, how do you call practically a copy and paste sequel, hence the word in capital bold letter sequel, like the #1 innovative game? We literally just did the same shit on Last of Us only about 4 or 5 years ago. So how is this innovative?
They added the ability to crawl on the ground.
Yeah, man.
A stray cat is more innovating than fucking Last of Us 2. What?
Best community support was Fall Guys, which just means which YouTuber paid more attention to the game. Best mobile game was Among Us, of course. Best ongoing, surprisingly, was No Man's Sky, and it got me by surprise. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't like the fact that No Man's Sky went from shit to okay?
Can you tell me what it was that it was up against?
Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Warzone, and Fortnite.
Cap.
Okay. There's something wrong with that list. The fact that FF14 is down on that list is hilarious to me.
I'm sorry.
Destiny 2 is whatever. Fortnite, I mean, it's a fucking battle royale. I mean, what? Apex, I guess.
It's also a battle royale.
Why is the battle royales even on that list?
Because there are.
I mean, I get it, but I don't know. I guess. And then you said Warframe?
No, I did not.
Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone.
Oh, Warzone. So you put basically all these battle royales, and then we got No Man's Sky. I see why No Man's Sky 1.
Okay. Games for Impact, which is a weird category because I was like,
Game for Impact.
Yeah.
Biggest impact.
What does that even mean?
The biggest impact. Which game has the biggest impact?
Yeah, because tell me why it found Spiritfarer and Through the Darkest Times are on that list, and tell me why it won. And I was just like, that doesn't even. I don't get it.
Games with impact. I don't get it.
Whatever.
Impacting what?
Right. Then we had Best Performance, which was Laura Bailey as Abby, Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai. Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai. Then we got Logan Cunningham as Hades, which was fucking amazing, and the Dodge Jeter as Miles Morales.
And they gave it to Laura Bailey.
Of course they gave it to Laura Bailey.
Why in the blue motherfucking hell?
I said, and the funny thing is, I said it wasn't based off of the performance because I'm pretty sure the ending of Ghost of Tsushima, freaking Daisuke Tsuji out-acted everything Abby did in whatever. What were you saying?
Daisuke Tsuji, is he the Japanese voice actor for Jin?
He's the Japanese and American voice actor.
Okay. I mean, Laura did a great job. I can't deny that. Honestly, that can go either way.
Oh, no.
Because Laura did a great job as Abby, despite people not liking Abby.
Listen. Okay. Jin Sakai is honestly, I played both games. There's no way to me that anyone in Last of Us outperformed Jin Sakai. The range of that character is amazing.
I mean,
yeah,
you're not wrong. But I can kind of, I'm fine with that particular one. I'm fine with either or.
Yeah.
Because towards the end of that game, especially that last moment of Abby and Ellie and all that shit, when Abby was basically a fucking minutes? Vegetable.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. That whole part, I couldn't even give it to none of them because I was just too wrapped up in the fact that whole last 30 minutes was just foolishness. But whatever.
That is because of the story.
Yeah, but
that was because of some plot devices.
Yeah, but we have to fight. I can't let you go. I don't want to fight.
That's fine. I hated that, but we're talking about performance. And as far as performance goes,
all right,
Laura Bailey did fine.
I know she did.
I'm not saying she did better.
I know she.
I'm not saying she did better.
Oh no, Laura Bailey did fine. But I like if somebody was arguing me this, I'd be like, the last 30 minutes of Ghost of Tsushima versus the last 30 minutes of Last of Us, you honestly would be hard pressed to give it to Laura Bailey. Yes, Laura Bailey did.
I mean, we're talking about
voice actor in the game besides Troy Baker, but I mean, come on, son. Like performance wise, I couldn't. I'm sorry. I couldn't take it over freaking Daisuke Tsuji. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think it's a toss-up. You can go either way on that.
Yeah.
Just because. I mean, like I said, in my personal opinion, I thought Jen was better. But if you told me that Laura Bailey killed the role as Abby, I wouldn't sit here and deny that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I'm not gonna freaking. Yeah. All right. Now, best audio design. This is the part that had me kind of like almost wanting to cut the whole thing off. Right? These motherfuckers said best audio design. Right? It was between Doom Eternal, Resident Evil 3, Ghost of Tsushima, Half-Life Alyx, and Last of Us.
Best sound design?
Best audio design.
Shouldn't have gone to Ghost for just an ironic, great score? Why is Resident Evil 3 even on that list? What?
I mean, I personally liked Resident Evil 3 as a choice for that one because when you play through Resident Evil 3, you have your headset on, and you just hear everything going on.
Yeah, you hear Nemesis, but
it's a good thing.
But you can hear even more with Ghost of Tsushima.
With Ghost, I never played with the headset on, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Ghost is more subtle.
Yeah.
Out of all those games, Ghost is the more subtle, has the more subtleness of the audio, but the audio for Ghost was very, very good. I don't even, like I said, Resident Evil, I mean, the audio was good, but I mean, I don't know, maybe it was too subtle for people in Ghost. I mean, you had to actually appreciate this, I guess the subtleness of the audio from that game.
Then we had
Bob, I'm guessing Last of Us 2 won that too, right?
Of course. Then you had the best score, right, and music. It was between Last of Us 2, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, I'm sorry, Hades, Doom Eternal, and Final Fantasy VII Remake. All I'm saying is...
Last of Us 2 has every single song sounding the exact goddamn same. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so that's why Final Fantasy VII
Remake
Remake
from
won
Last
that.
of Us 2 sound like Last of Us 1. It's just different music.
That's a slight different note. Yeah. Right? Then I was like, okay.
In that cast, I would probably give it a FF7.
Yeah, and it won. It won. Because at that point, I would have been like, y'all need to calm that nonsense down. Right?
Good.
Then we got Best Art Direction, which was Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Last of Us Part 2.
Can I ask you a
how Last
question?
of Us gets into that. How does Last of Us even get into that conversation?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How did Ghost of Tsushima not win this category?
It did. It did.
Because they're fucking... Oh, it did win.
It did?
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima won the category.
It did?
Yeah.
All mothers, I could swear I remember it saying Last of Us 2 on this one.
Nope. Last of Us 2 did not win it. And if it did win it, don't worry about it.
It'd have been a shit. If Last of Us would have won Best Art Design...
Yeah, I would have looked at them like...
I think it would have been massive uproars throughout the entire community.
It already is a massive uproar. I don't know if you noticed in the comments of the Game Awards right after it, people were just saying rigged the whole time. Like, shit was so funny, obviously. Dog.
The fact that Sony took home like 75% of the trophies, though, is hilarious.
I mean, it's not... I mean, that's not even an argument. Sony's the only company that has exclusives outside of Nintendo. So that 75% of the trophies is not even a valid argument. Xbox has no exclusive, so they would never have 75% of anything.
They have Microsoft Flight Simulator.
No.
Yeah, man, it won at some awards.
That's correct, but no, irrelevant. Like, the Xbox next exclusive is fucking Halo all the way in the fucking fall. Unless magically Elder Scrolls 6 comes out like in the summer, which I doubt.
Cap. Never.
So the only people who has exclusives that they can to is Nintendo and Sony. Xbox is sitting with a thumbs up the ass as far as exclusive.
Yeah,
but they're not about exclusive. They're not about exclusive. They're about everyone playing together on one platform.
Yeah. But moving on, it was Best Narrative next, and honestly, we all know who won Best Narrative. It was the same game that won the last 45 categories. It was Ghost. It was Last of Us. It won Best Narrative.
That was. Huh? It should not have. That story was fucking garbage.
I think the only story that I played this year that kept me throughout the whole entire thing is Ghost. So why in the blue hell did it not win?
Yeah, it beat Ghost, 13 Aegis Rim, which, if anybody ever plays that game's pretty good. Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I definitely would not have given it to, and Hades. If anybody knows Hades, you're Hades' son trying to escape fucking Hades. So it's a good whatever. Best Game Direction. All right, hold up. Before I get to Best Game Direction, and of course, you know, Game of the Year, which is Last of Us 2, which beat Animal Crossing, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, and Hades. Right? Blah. Right? But let's move on to Best Game Direction. Now, when somebody says Best Game Direction, all right, and I'm gonna ask this question: is it best way the director directed the game, or is it best like new shit about the game, or best story, or whatever?
I don't know actually.
Okay, good. Because if it was if Best Game Direction was based off the story, Why the fuck is there a best narrative category?
No.
Yeah.
In which Last of Us 2 won best game direction, by the way. Which, if it was about the innovations in the gameplay, then why did it even win that? It shouldn't have even done that.
So we're just adding random categories now?
Mm-hmm. You should probably look up what the official meaning of that one is.
You know what? I don't know.
Game direction?
Yeah, best game direction. And it's...
What is the official meaning of the game direction?
Yeah, we should know.
Oh, okay. An award for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
There was nothing innovating about Last of Us 2. It's literally a sequel, so it can't be innovative. It did nothing different.
Ghost should have won that category.
I don't understand what's so innovative about Last of Us 2. It was basically Last of Us 1 on a somewhat bigger scale because of the slight open world. And I say slight, more sandboxy world. You crafted the same, used the same fucking weapon. There was nothing different, nothing innovative whatsoever. The stealth was the same, the shooting was the same.
You can crouch now.
Ooh.
You could crouch in the first game.
I meant crawl. I meant crawl.
Let's say.
Ooh. Crawling. Wow.
Which we've been able to do since Metal Gear Solid made it popular.
And you know what bugs me, right? The fact that the game of the year, and it says recognize the game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields, right? Right? And I'm like, Last of Us Part 2 is a one-hitter quitter type of game. It literally has no reason or meaning to even be played twice. Doom Eternal, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing all have reasons to be played multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Best narrative for outstanding story, whatever. Art direction, best score and music, best audio design for some reason went to whatever. Best performance, Laura Bailey for some reason. Games for impact. Playing a game with pro-social meaning or message. What the fuck? Okay, let me go down to best to the best in the community, whatever. Let's see. I'm on a website. Innovation and accessibility. Recognizes software or hardware that's pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
So we're basically saying the accessibility mode that basically put the game on complete easy, where no one could practically see. That is why we're giving that an award. Really?
Alright. So let me ask a question, because I've tested the game on all these modes. I want to say this now. Watch Dogs has an even better version of the accessibility. Okay? While Last of Us 2 allowed me to, my colorblind ass, to see certain dark rooms, right? By switching the joint where I could see, stuff that I can open and stuff that was in drawers, yes. But as Darkwave pointed out, it's a super easy mode. It literally just allowed me to, know shit's happening before it's happening all the time. But okay. Oh, and best action is a game focused primarily on combat. So Doom? Huh?
Doom's whole game is combat.
But it's a shooter. Whatever, bro. I'm done with this. Right?
No, I think that qualifies. He just said everything in Doom is.
Then why wasn't Call of Duty on there?
No, see, but you don't have.
Call of Duty has a story. Doom
has the glory kills.
But Doom has a story. Whatever.
Doom has the.
Doom has a story, but I mean,
it's the glory.
No one cares. Doom is basically 99.9% kill, 1% story.
It's the glory kills. That's why Doom is glory kills.
Okay.
Anything else for gaming?
Nope.
Basically, long story short, Ghost got robbed, and Last of Us 2, well, yeah, because mainstream.
Okay. Now, they announced a few things. They announced Arc 2, which the trailer looks so bad.
Garbage. Horrible.
It looks so bad. And putting Vin Diesel in the game does not mean it's going to be good. Right?
In fact, it makes it worse.
Exactly. They announced a commercial for Nier Replicant and showed gameplay for a game that already had gameplay being whatever. They said world premiere gameplay for Nier Replicant. And I was like, you mean what's already there? Back for Blood was finally shown off, which is great. And then they got super boring. I mean, just fucking boring.
They had a lot of things that were interesting that I wanted to. Not a lot. Let me take that back. It had one thing that I was very interested in.
What?
Besides, obviously, Back for Blood, the thing that the guy that is working on, we got him in Dead Space.
Oh,
very
yeah.
interesting to see
Yeah. The Dead Space people is working on a Dead Space game, but I need to see gameplay before I get hyped. Like, I'm hyped for Back for Blood because I saw gameplay for Back for Blood. Monster Hunter Rise and Scarlet Nexus didn't count for me because it was like, didn't we just see all this shit at E3?
Old news.
Yeah, right. Elder Scrolls, they had a jerk for Elder Scrolls, and I was like, online. And the part that fucked me up the most was they seriously showed another preview for Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, it was funny.
And then showed Returnal,
which looked amazing.
I may not buy it, but it looked amazing. Right? Returnal is probably one of those games I'm just gonna watch somebody play. Or probably what's her name would get it and I'll watch her play the damn game. But that, like I said, it showed Microsoft Flight Simulator, and one of the people we were watching by the time it showed that was knocked out. Like, no bullshit. He was done. Oh, they showed a game called... Oh, yeah, and then they showed a game called Crimson Desert. Let me tell you about this nonsense. Right? Crimson Desert. I was not looking at the screen when Crimson Desert appeared. I looked down and thought it was Dragon's Dogma 2. And I was looking at the journal like, is this Dragon's Dogma 2? What's going on here? Right? Then it said Crimson Desert. I was like, oh, Capcom needs to sue. They just stole all their gameplay.
Yeah, it looks exactly like I said Last of Us 2. Well, been in theme with the whole Game Awards itself. But it looks a lot like Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, man. It looks exactly like Dragon's Dogma. But it ain't about having...
Capcom apparently doesn't care. They're not doing one.
Yeah,
they're not doing it.
But apparently to their leaks, they are.
I mean, they probably are. But until I see it, who gives a shit?
That is true. But let's move on to the shit from the shitty Game Awards, which had really one big announcement, which was amazing, which is Sephiroth, which is coming out. When's Sephiroth coming out?
This month. Sephiroth.
Yes. Sephiroth is coming out
in December.
I know.
December.
Hold up. I was trying to get an actual release date for, you know.
There is no release date until next week.
What? They said this?
Yes. They always do this, man. Sakurai has to talk about the character first, and he's not doing that until next week.
Oh. Sephiroth is officially number 78, and he is coming out December 2020. Fucking vicious.
Sakurai's going to talk about him next week, and it's probably going to drop I want to say on Christmas.
That's too much. That's too much.
Sephiroth.
Yeah, he's dropping on an important day, bro. He can't drop like that. But we have 3 more fighters. Any speculations who those last 3 will be?
I'm calling Crash Bandicoot.
2B.
I'm manifesting a Geno and Crash Bandicoot because I can feel it.
Oh, you could already change this man's costumes, and he has a shirtless costume. Yep, that's
what are you talking about?
Sephiroth. You could go to the Smash Brothers website and change his costumes right now to check his costumes. He has the shirtless one with all his muscles. So now my issue is this looks like the one from the remake. Yeah, so what? Huh?
Why are you confused?
Okay.
Why would they not use the one from the remake?
Why would you use the one from the remake and he knows the Cloud from not the remake?
Listen. Why are you? You're asking too many questions.
You're okay. Yeah, you're right. You know what? You guys are right. Let me
Just
stop asking stupid ass questions. I'm sorry.
You have Sephiroth, bro. Just be happy about it.
Whatever. I'm gonna use him on purpose next time we play the game, and just to beat ass.
You gonna play the Sephiroth theme while you do it?
No, because I already know you, and I already know it's gonna piss me off. You're gonna be like, Sephiroth! I'm gonna be like, shut up!
Yo, whenever I hear his theme, I can never get it out of my head for like the next 20 days.
You don't even know what they're saying.
There.
Yeah, they're just saying random opera noises, and then Sephiroth. It's almost like the American Dad song with what's his name, Stelios.
They're only saying Stelio Cantos. They're not even saying anything else.
It's the same energy. It's the same energy.
Sephiroth. All right, let me school you, my dude. They are saying stuff. Okay. They are. They're speaking Latin, you ass.
Nah, fuck the Latin, bro. All I hear is Sephiroth. That's all that matters.
Because you can only understand whatever. You're an asshole. But yeah, they're speaking Latin.
I wonder what Sakurai's gonna say.
In fact, if you know the first words out of Sephiroth's song, it means...
And I also like the fact that when he came in, he's like, now I will bring despair to Smash Brothers.
Ew!
That's why he said Smash.
That's why I wish it was his English voice, man. Yeah, so burning inside with violent anger, Sephiroth. That's all they're saying half the time.
Nah, see, nah, I don't
Fate, monstrous and empty. Fate, oh come, do not let me die. Oh come, do not let me die. Sephiroth.
All I'm here.
You're an ass, all of you.
That's the title of this podcast.
It's probably going to be the title of the podcast. Yes, you're right. Sephiroth. Anywho, God damn it, got me saying that thing. Anywho, yeah, it's almost as bad as me going, you'll never see it coming. And I'm glad what's her name's not here to hear me say that, because she'll never see it coming. Anywho, moving on. Literally, that was like the best part of the podcast. Now we're gonna see who's next in Dragon Ball.
Because you could never see it coming.
Because you can never see it coming.
God damn it! Watch it anyway.
Mr. Darkwave. Guess what?
No.
Sega has a good game under their belt right now.
It doesn't count as Yakuza. They're all when it's not Yakuza or something like that's always been deep, good. Didn't talk to.
Didn't they reveal a new IP during the Game Awards?
Who? Sega?
Yeah, it was some game that they showed off, and then it said Sega, and then zoomed into the eyeball, and the Sega eye was there.
Hey, listen to me. Sega has not made a good game in years. Okay?
That's cat. They just made Yakuza Like a Dragon, bro.
They didn't make it. Team Ryoto Gokikabaku made the game. But they're owned by Sega,
wow.
yes.
You know, at first I thought you were actually, and then you said about the Google. I was like, oh, he's being racist.
No, I'm not. Or, I'll call them, to be less racist, Team Yakuza made the game.
Made the game.
I don't know what to say. Their names are Ryuga Gotoku Studio.
Okay.
They're literally called Ryuga Gotoku Studio, or I'm gonna just call them the Yakuza team. And
okay.
they made Yakuza, Judgment, and Binary Domain.
You don't know what that is.
Was that a good game?
Me no.
No, it was not. It was not a good game.
Anyways, continue.
Yes, as I was stating, Sega don't make good games, Chief. They
made Sonic Adventures.
That was like 15 years ago.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
Still one of the greatest games, man. It's the greatest game of all time, bro.
Go play Sonic Adventure right now and tell me it is not borked in certain aspects.
I'll go play Sonic Adventure happily.
Okay. Tell me it's not borked in certain aspects. It is borked in certain aspects, Chief.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I played it recently, and let's just say Emerald Beach, certain loops are broken. If you hold the button, you have to let your hand go.
Listen. No other game can let me roll around at the speed of sound.
That's Sonic Adventure 2, ass.
Yeah, man. Still Sonic Adventure.
Hey, yo, rolling around at the speed of sound, right?
Yeah, man.
Because if somebody says running around at the speed of sound one more time, I'm gonna throw my mouse at them.
Running around at the speed.
Shut the fuck up! He says rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go. Gotta follow my way forward. Okay?
Anyway.
Keep moving on.
Rolling around the speed of sound.
Yeah, man. Game themes are integral. You know what? I think I'm gonna add Sephiroth to my script about game scenes. Or not scenes, songs. God damn.
What?
Anyway. How video game soundtracks are very important. Yeah, I'm gonna add Sephiroth to the
you know, and that's the funny thing, and that's what people bug me about it. People love his theme, right? But how many people
actually play Final Fantasy VII?
Yes, to the point where you fought him with the theme. Because when you first fight Sephiroth, you don't hear the theme. You only hear it in the second form. And like you literally don't hear it immediately. As soon as the fight starts, it's like some bunch of shit. You see his angel wing and everything, and then it says and then you start hearing the theme, and you're like, what the fuck am I fighting right now? Oh my god, what is this theme?
It's still one of the most iconic things ever. Even I, who have never played Final Fantasy VII, when my brother was playing the remake and he was fighting Sephiroth, I just couldn't help but start going, Sephiroth! You know,
yeah,
like,
but and then there's another problem with that, right? Why is his the most iconic when Kefka got an even more iconic theme?
I doubt it, because I mean I was looking at some reactions to Sephiroth online, and then
Sephiroth is popular.
He didn't even fully appear behind the thing after slicing it,
because you heard his theme, right?
Yeah, that goes, what the fuck is Sephiroth?
Right,
yeah, man, like,
right. But if you was to ask me or a bunch of people who play a lot of games, if you was to say which is the most iconic, which is your best or the best final boss theme in any Final Fantasy, it's going to be Dancing Mad. It's always going to be Dancing Mad. And it bugs me when people go, Sephiroth's theme. I'm like, no, it's actually Dancing Mad. Dancing Mad is, you even look on Spotify and you know that Dancing Mad is more popular than One Wing Angel.
Anyway.
But it's like, yo, Just because you only play Final Fantasy 7 doesn't mean there hasn't been better themes. Because I can tell you 2 better themes. Dancing Mad and fucking Jet's theme is better. Like, come on, son.
Sounds like you're angry.
I'm not. It's just I don't like people. I'm sorry, especially people who only played one Final Fantasy and then act like they are Final Fantasy gods.
I am the Final Fantasy god.
Name 2 magic attacks right now from Final Fantasy that aren't the second form of all the 2 magic attacks. Name the second form of 2 magic attacks in all of Final Fantasy.
Rebel's Guard?
Nope.
No, I have not played Final Fantasy.
Alright then, shut up. Moving on. Right? Back to what I was saying. But there is a good Sega game, Mr. Darkwave. It's called Yakuza Like a Dragon.
It doesn't count.
It does.
He said it didn't count already.
Can you give them a bone, please? Just a bone.
No.
A small bone. A piece of a bone.
No.
Look.
No.
Why do you like Yakuza Like a Dragon, Wild Thing?
You said what?
Why do you like Yakuza Like a Dragon, Wild Thing?
Because it's a fantastic game. It's pretty
Isn't that
fun.
the turn-based
Yep.
Yakuza game?
It's the turn-based Yakuza game. And it is actually addictingly good. I was surprised when I played... Well, alright, so when I first put it in my console, my PlayStation 5, I was like, yo, I'm probably going to play 5 minutes and then stop playing this game. Next thing you know, I'm on chapter 3 and I'm 5 hours into the game. I got so mad. I was like, yo, I was only supposed to be playing this game for that quickly, and I continued playing the game, and I'm still playing the game, and it's kept me entertained the whole time. Especially Kanji Tang as the protagonist. I just can't get enough of that guy. If anybody who don't know who Kanji Tang is, I can't help you.
We know. I know.
Hey, wait,
Well,
hold up.
I know what work.
Hold up. Galactic.
Sir,
You play Persona, right?
indeed I have.
You remember the gun guy?
There's,
The guy that you buy weapons from in Yakuza?
Oh, yes.
His voice actor.
Oh.
Yes, but he's not doing a gravelly voice. He's doing a regular voice. So, yeah. Anywho, moving on. We've been talking about sweaty boys the whole time.
No,
huh?
we have not.
I mean, Galactic has been talking about sweaty boys the whole time.
No one has mentioned sweaty boys.
It's been Galactic the whole time. He's talking about sweaty boys. Anywho.
Oh, you're right, Sephiroth.
This podcast goes to hell. I guarantee it. Anywho, is somebody doing the Harry Potter theme? Cause that game's gonna be bad. I can't help it.
I feel like that game's gonna be the hottest fire, and you're just gonna be hating. And I hate Harry Potter.
Listen to me. The team that's making that game made Dragon Ball Sagas. I don't need shit else.
That game's fire. That game's hot fire.
Hot fire as far as dumps the fire, yeah, sure.
Yeah, what else did you think I meant?
Oh no, you meant it was great.
No. Let me stop. I'm sorry. Continue with the podcast.
You're not sorry, actually. You're wholeheartedly sorry.
We know you're not sorry, bro. It's okay.
I'm sorry for not being sorry.
Okay. Anywho, next, I saw something that made me laugh a little bit, and I think that's kind of true. Do you think the console shortage is killing the console war?
No.
Wow. You don't think that the console wars is dying down because no one can get these goddamn consoles?
No. Because in fact, people are getting these damn consoles. They're just selling out, and it's like giving the people that perception of, hey, I can get a console. When in reality, if we look at the numbers, there's been a lot of sales so far.
Because Walmart's a lot. The problem is, in terms of sales, The sales are fucked up because Sony, in their infinite wisdom, allowed for only online sales for most of their console release so far. Thus was plagued by scalpers and bots and all that shit.
Indeed.
Then, when certain stores, Walmart and other people, allow walk-in, a month later, they're getting lines wrapped around the fucking store of about, 60 or so people or more trying to get a console that they should have been able to line up for on launch. Thus, what's happening, stores only getting about 14 or so, if they even want to sell you those consoles, which you may have to argue 2 hours before you can get it. But once you get those, once they're able to sell it, they only have maybe about 5 to 10. So only 10 of those 60 people are going to be able to get one. Rinse and repeat.
Exactly. So, it
will be like this until everywhere allows walk-in, because not everywhere's allowing it. But, this is Sony's fault.
This is Sony's fault, yes, but I'm just like, okay, the perception of there's no consoles out there, it's not true. It's just we have a lot of scumbags who are buying up a lot of consoles at a time, and I could see why Sony would put them online, but at the same time, people were willing to line up knowing the risk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
my problem is the risk of COVID is the reason why Sony wanted online only, right? The problem is that didn't help shit. People have been shopping in stores all year. People have been buying shit, going to malls, doing whatever they need to do all year. The fact that Sony wanted to prevent campouts and all this shit is a moot point when you look a month later, and you're still having campouts. When in any console gen, a month later, did you have campouts? Never. You've had people come in bright and early. You may have people stand outside for like this, at 6 o'clock when the store opens at 7 or so. But camping out all night for a console, lines wrapped around the door a month later? Fuck no. That is Sony's problem. That is due to the fact that they allow online only. Had they not allowed online only, this wouldn't be a problem.
True, that makes sense.
I get it. You didn't want to, you wanted to, because people are going to camp. You want to protect against COVID. That's great. I appreciate the gesture and I appreciate the care. But you have to realize people have been shopping in stores all year. It means nothing. Like, as much as you want to protect people, people have been hounding stores all year. Lysol, shit like that. So, it honestly did nothing but make it worse. Because everything you wanted to prevent is now here a month later. With no end in sight. Because people are getting them. But at the same time, people aren't getting them. People aren't getting them because everybody and their mother is trying to get one. And those who are getting one are lining up outside 4:35 in the morning like yours truly did. And most stores are only going to have no more than probably about 15. And then, of course, stores are getting hounded. So they're getting hounded by the guests to a point where they're saying they don't even have PlayStations half the fucking time. To kind of quell the quelled crowds, but people are arguing that shit because they have means like barcodes and shit. To a point, it's just a fucking shit show.
Now,
again,
back
it's Sony's problem.
Your point about it being something ending the console wars. How would this logically end the console wars? It was because people can't get their hands on it, because people have gotten their hands on the systems. People have their opinions out on these systems already. So, and then if anything, it's fueling the war, because when you think about it, everyone threw out their opinion beforehand. beforehand, and sure, we wouldn't. Some people weren't able to follow through, and I think some people are coming united to the fact that, hey, I wasn't able to get one, you weren't able to get one.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, kumbaya. But like at the same time, that only is gonna last for so long because, like I said, Sony's actually been doing a very decent job of consistently bringing out PlayStations online. I've been trying to help people get them.
Same here.
And if you know where you're looking, they've been going up for the most part every week since launch. Whether it's not like they've been going up in large quantities, but they've been going up every week since launch. And that's something you got to give to Sony, because in this nature, in this day and time, when they already claim that their factories are already working as fast as they can, and it's not going to be easy for them, you gotta give it to Sony for at least getting this much out the door. It could be so much worse, and for them to be doing this always online, like Darkway said, it's not helping anything.
It's not.
But they would just wait, do a big shipment in January, and let everyone do it in person, and not give a fuck. It'd be different. But then guess what the media is going to do? Oh, Sony is an evil corporation. They just care about money. Oh, they don't care about their customers because of COVID-19. It's a double-edged sword for them.
What were you saying? I had to talk to my grandma right quick. What were you saying?
I was saying that Sony has been at least consistently getting PS5 up for availability, not in large quantities, since the launch day. And what Sony should do is, at this point, build up a large quantity in their factory, ship them out, and have them do it in person in January and call it a day. Because
it still wouldn't help. It really wouldn't help.
It would do something at least versus having them do it online.
The thing is, Walmart's all around. And I'm saying Walmart, they're like the only ones who go out and walk in, really.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart all around has been getting shipments. Like, they have been getting, some 15, some 10, some 20. The main issue with this release is that people are getting desperate. Okay? It's to a point where we, as a community, because I did to see if we had some at one point, are using third-party websites to secretly look at inventory numbers, things we shouldn't even know.
Yeah.
When you have that system happen, okay? When you have that happening, when people are looking at inventory numbers that we shouldn't know, people are scanning, getting barcodes, basically forcing Walmart's hand, because Walmart can't simply say they don't have it. When we looked at your inventory through third-party means, it causes problems because everybody's doing it. 60 consoles, you could send 60 consoles to a store. Would it help to a certain extent? You might satisfy all those 60 people, but let's face facts. Walmart probably won't even let that happen.
And that's why
it's not often when you have 60 consoles shipped to a single store anyway. It would make sense to send a lot of consoles to these stores, but at the same time, we don't even know how often Sony are even making these consoles. Like the consoles, even the ones that I got last week, we don't even know if that was already made and just sitting in their warehouse. You don't know.
Oh wow,
so
that's true.
It's one of those things that this is a product of everyone getting desperate. Everyone knowing what they have, and thus by everyone knowing, it's causing chaos.
And it's even more so fueled by the fact that people have nothing to do in their households anymore. So a lot of people
but that's another problem too. Do you know why the PS5 is so popular? Because people haven't been able to find PS4s all year either.
That too.
This is another problem. All this is on Sony. No one's been. I haven't seen a PS4 but once in my store in the last 6 months. And the one PS4 I found came in a goddamn Reebok in a repack box, and it was just one. A PS4 Pro. I haven't seen PS4s in my store since. Same with Xbox. I haven't seen a normal Xbox in my store in months.
What What the hell happened?
I don't know what it is. I mean, I get COVID. I don't know if they just stopped developing the PS4, but it's that reason there.
They put focus on the PS5 to have that big ass quantity on that surprise launch day that they promised they weren't gonna do. Or,
but it's like these. Everyone is so, they're in the house doing nothing. I mean, so you take to now to buy consoles. You didn't just decide to buy one originally just for shits. Now you buy a console. But Sony hasn't been sending out PS4s. Hasn't been sending out PlayStation. I mean, they've been sending out PlayStation 5, but they haven't sent any PS4s. There's nothing on PS5. Nothing. There's legitimately one game. I'm not even gonna include Sackboy fucking Adventure. There's only one game on PS5, in my opinion, and that's Demon's Souls. That's it.
Yeah.
Being realistic, there's one game. Everything else, yes, it may not run as good, but everything else is on PS4. So, if you have PS4s in stock, if someone with a fucking brain saw, oh wait, everything is on PS4, it wouldn't be as bad. The problem is no one for months has been able, for whatever reason, people all of a sudden want PS4s. No one's been able to buy a PS4. And now with PS5 coming out, they're figuring, well, I'm not going to spend $300 on a PS4 when I can take that $300 and just add it to a PS5. That's what's happening. It's all coming full circle. I get COVID has impacted probably Sony development. I understand that. But this all comes down to the fact that Sony, not only their online orders, they haven't been sending out PS4s, and thus people are in this loop. The digital version of PS4s are damn near impossible to find in store. It's like they only are making the disc version. I haven't seen one digital one in stores yet. Target, don't get me started. I haven't seen a PS5 since launch. And we only had 17. We were supposed to get 30 digital. What happened to those 30 digital? I have no idea because they never even came. In fact, I don't think no Target has any digital PlayStation. So I don't even know what the fuck those are. This is a fucking shit show. And it's because people are getting desperate. If you did not allow online only, I'm not saying it wouldn't be as bad. I'm not saying it wouldn't still be bad. But I doubt you'd be having people camping outside the door all year round. This will continue until it's normal to just walk into any store and get PlayStation 5. As long as they do online orders with queue times and all this other shit. And even if you're in a queue, you still could not get the console. I mean, it's just going to be a revolving circle, man. And then, of course, you have scalpers who also will probably sit in line to get another PS5 to flip it for $1,500 because people are actually buying them to certain extent. But a lot more people have gotten PS5s now. It's not a golden myth anymore. It's just now you gotta be willing to sit outside all fucking morning or camp overnight to get one and hope that they have it. And they'll put you through shit to get one.
Yeah, and that was my problem with everything. I'm just like, you guys, honestly, you need to, they need to fix it. They really do.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, they're causing so many issues with their It's not even just this PlayStation, it's Xbox too. Like, I haven't seen...
Xbox is in the same boat. But the only thing about Xbox is it's slightly better because they were able to buy stuff in store.
Oh, you're able to buy
and it's only slightly better. Yeah, Xbox wasn't reduced to online orders until recent. When they came out of Target, you could just walk to the fucking store and buy it.
I would also...
For whatever reason, Target didn't think people would buy Xboxes, which they did. They bought them within seconds. They buy them every time within seconds.
I would also argue the fact that clearly the craze isn't as high for Xbox. So,
You said the praise?
Mm-hmm.
The craze.
Yeah, the craze isn't there, but it's always sold out. It sells out within minutes.
That's because it's a new console. But I'm saying like with the PS5, it's gotten this bad because it's like everyone, you know, it's a meme to get a PS5 right now, right? So everyone's
for whatever reason. Yeah, and the main reason is because no one's been able to buy PS4s for months. Like, I mean, Xbox. The thing with Xbox, why you don't hear too much about it, is because honestly, I'm gonna say because Xbox can still sell out. Don't get it wrong; they will sell out they still sell very quickly. The thing with Xbox is that because they were able to go in the store, and quite a few stores got them relatively quickly, it's a little bit more managed than PlayStation. PlayStation, you were fucked from day unless you pre-order. You were fucked day one.
Oh yeah, man. A lot of people.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I paid
a lot of people weren't fucked on Xbox
from day one, bro. I already knew. I paid mine off at GameStop from day one. I already knew.
Oh yeah, man. I paid mine off and did not hesitate to pay off Demon Souls that day. And I was like, I'm not playing no games, man. No games.
But people were fucked on day one, regardless, for PlayStation. Xbox, not so much. So, yeah, it's, you know, people come in stores looking for Xboxes as well. It's just that Xboxes, you know, at this point, for the majority, if you wanted an Xbox, you got an Xbox because you could just easily go into a store and buy an Xbox. You had to still be early, but because you were able to walk into a store and physically buy it at all times, you know, I
said, oh really?
Yeah, Target didn't have that rule for Xbox, which is that was one of my biggest complaints.
Oh, I remember. Yeah,
you strictly reduced the PlayStation to order pickup and online and drive up, but the Xbox, I can stroll through the store and just buy. It wasn't until recently that they made the Xbox online only as well. It wasn't until recently. I guess they figured no one come in. I guess they saw people coming in for the fucking Xbox. We had 30 in at one time. We got 32 Xboxes in maybe a week after launch, and they all probably sold within a couple minutes.
I mean,
they weren't there the entire day.
Yeah, because I mean, there's still Xbox fans that are still, you know, that still haven't got it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say the reason the PlayStation is like that is because there's a bunch of people that are hopping into gaming for the first time, and they're just hearing
I
all
wouldn't
about
even say that. I wouldn't even say that. I think it's literally because most people who got it on day one and probably week one were nothing but scalpers unless you pre-ordered.
That too, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people hopping in that it's just like, oh damn, everyone's talking about the PlayStation 5. It must be better than an Xbox, right? I gotta get my son the PlayStation 5. Damn, there's no PlayStation 5s. Why can't I get a PlayStation 5? And there you go. That's the chaos right there.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people got into gaming more because of COVID, quote, quote. But again, everyone's so pressed, and I keep telling people, it's like, listen, I know, you know, having a PS5 is great. Did I want a PS5? Yeah, sure. But I tell people all the time, I wasn't pressed to have a PS5. If I didn't get a PS5 the day I sat out at Walmart, I wouldn't have been super upset. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing I'm playing on PS. There's nothing I can't play on PS4 except for Demon's Souls.
True.
That's it. If I didn't get a PS5, it would have been whatever. It just would have been, you know, I don't have a PS5. It would have been just that. It's, you know, I don't know why everyone's so pressed for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, granted, because honestly, the PS4 has been out for 7 years. If you don't have a PS4 by now, you obviously didn't give a shit to have one at all. So it's not like you can sit here and tell me, oh, well, I'm tired of the PS4. You've had ample time to have a PS4, or you couldn't get a PS4. You've had ample time. You've had years to get a PS4, or PS4 Pro, or PS4 Slim. You've had ample time, and all these games, even all these games from this year to probably the middle to end of next year, are going to be on PS4 anyway. Most games won't probably come out strictly for PS5 until maybe about middle to end of next year, going forward to 2022. All this stuff coming out is going to be on PS4. Scarlet Nexus, PS4. A lot of these games probably still be coming out for PS4.
Makes sense.
You know, most games that don't have, mostly any game that probably has a release date, for the most part, will probably, I'm not saying 100%, will probably be on PS4.
Yeah. They they're not really, and as I sold the Spirit, I'm like, yeah, those are the games that they're not going to be $70, they're going to be $60.
I think Sony's going to do a 1-to-1 ratio because with their exclusives. So for every PS5 exclusive, there's going to be one that's also on PS4.
Maybe. Until I see the PS4 probably fading out in 2022. But all of next year, it should still be PS4.
It's definitely, they're going to support PS4 because, you know, originally Sony clearly was like, nah, man, we support next gen. We believe in generations of gaming and all this stuff. And then suddenly they turn around and they're like, well, we can't just leave these people behind. It's because Sony back in the back of their head secretly knew that they were going to do always online because of their fear for their customers, even though, you know, that's a load of bullshit at the same time. Because clearly, if you just put it in the store, I mean, people who are doing this at their own risk and all. Like, that's a risk I'm willing to take to get your stuff. So, just let me do it, right?
Yeah.
But
you can't fear for people. Sir, oh no, I said that wrong. I'm sorry. You can't fear for idiots. That's a better thing to say. You can't fear for people who want to be that dumb. Let them be dumb.
Yeah. So, I know they knew that they couldn't do that, and they knew this would happen. They predicted this. They already knew. So that's why they're moving forward with, okay, let's put some of these on the PS4 now. Yeah. And there's a lot of people on Xbox side that argue that that's hypocritical or blah 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 blah. But then when you realize they started talking about the PS5, and Mark Cerny literally said, yeah, so when you develop a game for the PS5, you can start with the PS4 and scale it up. They built it that way specifically. So why are you surprised that these games can be played on PS4 then? I'm just saying.
Yeah, that a lot of people are really annoyed with that. That's funny.
Yeah. Like I only really see maybe a few PS5 exclusives next year, and that will probably be God of War and Horizon 2 if they come out next year.
It's actually, I would argue that it'd be Horizon and Ratchet and Clank. I think God of War is going to touch PS5.
Oh yeah, well Ratchet is PS5 exclusive, right? So what? Ratchet and
Horizon, yeah.
Horizon's on PS4.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the rumors about the next Horizon, I've heard so far that it's supposed to be open world and co-op. I think it's just going to handle
Horizon 2? Is PS4?
Yeah.
Yeah, Horizon. Oh, it is. Yeah, they did confirm that. Never mind, I'm tripping. So yeah.
Oh well, then that never mind. Then so what? God of War and Ratchet and Clank?
Probably.
And maybe Ghostwire, or is Ghostwire for PS4? I could have sworn Ghostwire was for PS4 as well.
It's probably going to be for PS4, and that also is a timed exclusive. So there's also that.
So basically, I was right. You're not going to see any exclusive PS5 until the end, or just slightly until next year, or 2022.
It's going to be one to one. That's what I think. For every one, you're going to have one that's also on PlayStation. Right. PlayStation 4. What I just said made no sense. PlayStation 4. My bad.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see what the future come up. Next, I want to ask something. So, considering that now everybody in the podcast has a PlayStation 5, Dark Wave, I want to start with you. How did you get yours, man? What was your story? What the fuck?
I got off work early, about 4. I noticed Walmart had something in stock. I said, screw it, I'm off tonight. So I went to Walmart, got there about 4:35, chilled outside. Was the first one in line, sat there until 6:30, went to the store, argued with Target. Everyone was arguing with Walmart employees for 2 hours. People were calling corporate and more shit until they finally brought the consoles. The logistics manager said he was sorry, he had to check with his manager so he wouldn't lose his job or whatever the case may be. And I got my console and left. Not much of a story, really.
Wait.
A shit show.
Wait. Go back on that one. What do you mean they were arguing? What happened?
So, when we checked the Walmart, like I said, we all been using third-party websites to check inventory.
Yeah.
The Waldorf Walmart had 6+. It turned out to be 14.
Yeah.
So, when we all went in there, they made an announcement they have no PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
They said it over the intercom about 3 times. Some people left. Some people stayed.
Yeah.
Then one of the women came out and said the consoles that they have are for order pickup.
Yeah.
That people ordered.
Yeah.
And they're waiting to pick them up. The problem is Walmart never did order pickup. Number 1. Number 2, the last time they did online orders was before Thanksgiving. No one's waiting 2 weeks to pick up their console.
Yeah.
Okay. So that didn't make sense. And we were all saying to myself, and we were all saying, all of us that was there, some of us anyway, the free in the front, were sitting saying that doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. So people were calling corporate. One dude in particular, he was calling corporate and talking to the people. And I was just talking to the person behind the counter, explaining to her why people were still standing here and why it doesn't make any fucking sense. And we want logic. The barcode that we asked them to scan, just because basically the whole thing was if you had scanned a certain barcode and they say you had none, we were left. Because that's the proof that you have none. They never would have scanned it. They never wanted to scan it. Kept saying they didn't have scanners when they clearly did, but you know, they never wanted to. So we basically had to argue with them for 2 hours. One dude's on corporate. I'm talking to the woman behind the counter. The logistics manager, he was out there earlier. He was saying he wants one too. He was been going in and saying he didn't have any, you know, all this other shit.
Yeah.
And then they come out at about 8:15, 8:20. He comes out from the back with a flat of PS5. Say he has 14 of them. She was asking everyone because at first she was saying everyone to get in a straight line. So I figured something was happening because she doesn't everyone to get in line. And he came out and said he apologized, but he had to check some things on his end because he wasn't going to lose his job. Which, if I had to assume, I'm thinking they thought they were online. They were doing online only sales.
Yeah.
Or only order pickup type sales, which is what I think that they thought, which is why. But yeah, we had to argue with them for 2 hours basically, and they had 14. The line was long as shit. It was about 60 people in that line.
Why was it
and
60
I got
people
my console
in the line after they said they had 14?
No one left. That's the funny thing. They said loud as day they had 14, and even at the bottom of my console, the line never got small. People just still sitting there, and I'm like, now, of course, half the people could have actually been for electronics, but majority of them probably for PS5. After you hear 14, I mean, granted, there could have been some Xbox people in there too, but the moment you hear 14, it's like, well, that's kind of over. But it was a shit show. A complete shit show. And there was actually people who came up there Saturday night. It was Sunday morning. Saturday night. And they would not sell them a console. At all.
Oh, wow.
So they had them in there. They just wouldn't sell it to them.
Oh,
and they
wow.
apparently they said they called the police on them.
Yeah.
They called the police on them to escort them out. They threatened to call the police on us to escort us out. But we weren't really nasty. We were just asking. Everyone was just pretty much calm. We were, there was no there was no like hostile argument. It was, just logical debating. And they eventually sold the consoles. But this is how. And it's not just my Walmart. Every Walmart has dealt with this. Well, they say they don't want to sell the console for whatever reason. Then people are just sitting there debating with them for hours until they sell it, or they don't sell it at all, whatever the case may be. I don't know why. If you have the console, if you know at this point you're a walk-in company who's doing walk-ins, if you have the console, just bring them out. In fact, you should already have them behind the counter.
Pretty much.
And it's getting to a point where Walmart has trying to take down their stock from third-party websites, so people don't know what they have. So to stop out campers, again, this is because of Sony. Without, so it was a shit show. But I got it. And that was mainly for just a birthday present.
Yeah.
Nothing more, really.
For yourself, right?
Yeah, just a birthday present for myself. That's the main reason why I got it. Outside of that, I couldn't give a shit less.
Yeah.
But, it's... it's a console. There's nothing special about it right now. Just a console. It's okay.
Anywho, Galactic, did you want to share how you got yours, man? Because I know yours is connected to everybody else how they got theirs, or mine and Spirits and the suit, as he's not wants to be known.
Well, simply, I'm the greatest of all time. I'll put that out there first. It's like, nah. So, I'm pretty sure I told this story.
Yeah.
But I was out with some friends. We were to Cheeseburger all the way over by where you live, I believe. And then on the way back, we were watching the Sony conference, and everybody was hyped, and I was just like, I'm ready to get that pre-order. I went inside and cut my PC on, and then I decided to check Twitter because, I like to check Twitter after certain events to see all the nonsense, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm scrolling down the feed and it says, I just called my GameStop and you could pre-order them just right now. And I was like, Noni. So I picked up the phone and called my GameStop. And they're like, yeah, man, we got them right now, bro. And I was like, oh, okay, word. Boop. Called an Uber. While I was waiting for the Uber to show up, I called my brother and was like, hey, PS5 consoles at your GameStop. I shit you not. While I was on the line, he dials up GameStop and merges us in a call. And he's like, hey, you got PS5 consoles? And she was like, yeah, man, you can come pre-order them right now. And he was like, yep. I could hear him shuffling and getting up on the phone. He got in the car so quick. And then I called Wild Thing here. Wild Thing was like, at work. And I called him and I was like, yeah, so PS5 is at GameStop. And he said, what? he made something up. And then went to go get his PS5.
Yeah, man, I definitely made something up. I made something up at work and then got it in my car, sped all the way to the GameStop that was literally in Laurel, the closest to my job, and then put money down. Like, literally, you saw people running in the fucking store, right? But literally, I was like the last one to get a physical one. There was like, anybody out there, we don't have any more pre-orders. And I was like, not my problem. And then walked in there, pre-ordered it, and said, yeah, go ahead and pay it all off. He was like, what? I was like, pay it all off. I don't have time for this. Don't cancel my pre-order. That's all I said. And then took the receipt, walked the fuck out, literally posted PlayStation Confirm in the group chat and called it a day.
And then after that, after calling all you guys, I was still waiting for my Uber. So I called my friend because he lives around the corner. I was like, yo, PlayStation 5 is live right now, bro. We got to go to GameStop. And he's like, word? He dropped his sandwich that he was eating. I got his card, picked me up, and then we got to GameStop. It was hilarious.
Wait, I thought you called the Uber. What happened?
I canceled that joint. As soon as he said he was coming, I was like, alright, bet. Cancel. Before I called him, I called Spirit and was like, yeah, so they got PlayStations up. And she was like, yeah, Wild Thing told me, but I didn't want to go to GameStop. And I was like, okay, all right.
Then she was on Target when it was available, and was like, I don't know if I should buy the physical one, blah, 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 blah. And then she waited too late, and then it sold out, and then she was mad. I was like,
I remember because I was the one that called you and told you guys Target was up.
Yeah.
Because I purchased one, and I was like, oh yeah, Target bet. Click. Got me a second PlayStation. And I think I was only lucky because that was launch day, right?
Yeah. So, and then
Sony hadn't said anything.
Hey, and then for me, because the Xbox one is the one that I say is the funnier story for me. So here's what I tell people, right? If you're gonna make friends with anybody in if you're gonna make friends with people, make friends with GameStop employees. Make friends with the managers at GameStop. Just make friends with somebody at GameStop. You know why? Because they'll look out for you. You know what happened to me for my Xbox? Theoretically, right? I've made friends with the GameStop at Marketplace in Waldorf and the one in the freaking other joint in Waldorf. You know, I made friends with those people. We're cool. They know me by name. I can walk in there or I can call, and they will answer, "What's up, Johannes?" You know, not what. Thank you for calling GameStop. They'll say, "What's up, Johannes?" So I was supposed to be on the list. So I pre-ordered an angel statue, right? So $50 of that was toward the Xbox. I was supposed to be able to, as soon as they had the Xbox available, so I was supposed to get one. They never called me. So I called and I was like, yo, what's happening? Where my Xbox at? The manager at the Marketplace goes, sorry, we didn't call you. We didn't get any extra ones. Then he was like, wait a second. He was like, hey, Hannes, would you be paying it in full? I was like, yeah. And I'm going to trade in my old Xbox for it. He was like, okay, yeah, just come in tomorrow. You have to come in there before end of business, though. I was like, facts. So, it turns out they had 4 Xbox Series X's. The rest were pre-orders. Right? They had 4. What he actually told the people out there was they had 3. So he held one for me. So essentially, I got someone who was going to camp out there as Xbox. And said, fuck it, it's my Xbox now. Unfortunately, one of the people that was going to stand out there was my cousin. And yeah, technically that should be his Xbox. But I like having all the Xboxes. My Xbox, you know. My Xbox Series X right now looks like an Iron Man skin. And it's amazing. But that's whatever. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, man. There's funny stories of how, you know, we got these consoles, man. Unfortunately, I didn't have to argue with nobody. I was just tactical with it. You know, funny thing about that joint, right? Some girl was in there with her boyfriend, and they said they didn't have any, right? And she was like, "What about you guys as pre-orders?" All right. First person said, "I ain't getting this shit. I ain't pre-ordered this goddamn console." Third person said, "Well, it's my console. I paid for it." Third person said, why the fuck would I buy an Xbox when I bought the PlayStation? It was the funniest reaction to all the employees. And then the manager was like, yeah, so they're like the customers too, so they're not going to give up their Xboxes, or whoever bought an Xbox is not going to just randomly give up their Xbox.
People really be, you know, it's funny, people underestimate how much people like Xboxes.
Yep.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like Xbox. It's just the problem with Xbox is there's really almost no point in me buying. Like, the thing with me, I'm either going to do one of two things. If I can't get a more powerful PC, I'll probably buy a Series X.
Yeah.
And then anything that's not confirmed, not exclusive to Sony, will probably be on Xbox. Yeah. But I'm gonna try, you know, put that money towards a PC instead. But it's like, I don't mind Xbox. It's just that for the last couple of years, there's been nothing on it to make me say, okay, let me buy, you know, let me play my Xbox. Like, if I buy something on Xbox, like, it'll be a game I specifically like to play on Xbox, like Deus Ex. Or, you know, Tomb Raider, because it was exclusive to Xbox for like a year. Outside of that, once you finish with those games, it's done.
Yep.
And then, of course, most of my friends I actually play with on PlayStation.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Yep.
It becomes more of a, well, most of my friends are on PlayStation, so obviously that's where I'm gonna go because most of my friends are on the console that are on PlayStation. If most of my friends was on Xbox, then I'll be on Xbox.
Yeah. But moving to the...
That's how it was with 360.
Oh, yeah, that's
most of my friends were technically on 360. And I still played my PlayStation, but I was always in the 360 party chat because obviously PlayStation didn't have any. But most of my third party game, non-exclusives were on Xbox 360. PlayStation mainly only had exclusives until about its end cycle, and that's when I started meeting more people who had a PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
PS4, it was over with.
Oh yeah,
PS4. I mean,
everything.
Everyone and their mother had it, and I still have my Xbox. I got Xbox One S, and I sold my original Xbox to a friend, but I mean, outside of that.
Yeah, I had an Xbox One, and then I definitely traded in for the Series X, and so far I don't regret it. I haven't regretted it a single time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But let's move on to the final thing before we get to the wrestling podcast and get the other person in here. Cyberpunk. Has everybody gotten Cyberpunk?
Indeed.
Unfortunately.
Has anybody noticed that game needed a little bit more time in the oven?
That game sure never came out on last gen consoles. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They promised it to PS4, so they didn't want to just take it away.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. That game is shit. I'm sorry. Like the game is fine when it works. I've had too many fucking crashes. 5 crashes.
On the PlayStation 5 or the 4?
5. I'm not damn sure they playing that shit on the 4.
Hey, yo, this shit crashed on me once on the 5, but the glitches have been
twice.
Like the glitches are abundant, son.
It's crashed on me 5 different times. Where you know how it says it takes you all the way back to the home screen and says error and all that shit.
Yeah,
it's done that 5 times. I've had a mission completely lock up to where I had to restart I had to reload and save before the mission. And then of course there's the bugs like things floating in midair.
Oh, no,
but
man. I had a glitch.
I'm sorry,
a mission didn't pop up until after I died. Which is literally after you talk to the guy who gives you the eyeballs in the hand. Like the next mission would not load up. I was literally stuck. I was like, okay, I guess I got to make this man money, but what's it called? It's in lockdown, so I can't do anything. So I also heard the final boss can glitch and just stand there.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
The game is good. It's just I'm sorry. It should be canceled for PS4. I'm sorry.
Nah. They patched it today.
Oh yeah.
It has done nothing. I still crashed after the patch.
Oh yeah. I got.
That was my 5th crash. I was walking right to a prostitute to speak to him, and it crashed.
Yeah, because it couldn't have that nonsense.
No, fuck that. I was doing all this other shit. Driving, fighting, slicing and dicing. I see, oh look, it's the lips then. Let me see what this is, let me see how this works. Want to walk into a prostitute, and it crashed.
Well, PS5 surprisingly has the best version of the game.
Surprisingly.
No shit! Well, actually, PC.
I heard PC has more bugs than PS4.
Yeah, PC has the most
bugs. But it's not crashing.
It has the most bugs. That's worse.
It has the most bugs.
I mean, we play Skyrim. I can listen. I can deal with bugs. I can't deal with crashes, man. That shit.
No.
There's
like,
a lot of people on
example,
PC that are saying it's unplayable.
Like legit. When I say bug, I mean like as soon as the mission starts, they're on overheat, or it's like somebody hacked them from a million miles away, and they're overheating and they can't complete the mission because they're dying constantly. Type of bugs, or when a type of person, one person got in a car with Dex, and Dex literally glitched out the car while I was driving, and he couldn't complete like he was stuck in the car. Some of these glitches are fucking funny as fuck.
PS5 has the best performance so far.
The most stable.
Yeah.
Is it better? Is it the
even
best
more
version?
stable than the Series X?
Yeah.
The Series X and the PS4 and the Xbox One have the worst. The PC has the PC has the worst if you're not playing on the right stuff. But so far the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are tied for the worst. If you have a good PC.
Basically, this is Crisis all over again. Basically.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Can you play Cyberpunk? Can your PC handle the Cyberpunk?
Fuck no, my PC can't handle Cyberpunk.
I don't want to try. I'm not gonna do that to you. Okay? No, not to my baby. No sir.
So basically, like my friend Jamal says, we have another Crisis on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
And that Crisis isn't bad. I mean, the game Crisis.
Yeah, that's what I was like. The meme. Can your PC handle Crisis? Now it's gonna be. Can you handle Cyberpunk?
Pretty much. The game is fine though. It's nothing revolutionary, but it's fine.
It's a fun game, man. I got lost doing side missions.
Basically Deus Ex, just not Deus Ex. It's literally Deus Ex, but not Deus Ex. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So, Wild Thing, are you here?
I don't know.
I guess he's not. Time for another podcast takeover.
Hello?
Yep.
Damn it.
I am here. Oh, damn. We waited for you, man. We waited for you all the time.
Yeah.
You know, when I say I have to use the bathroom, you don't have to stop the podcast. I'm just saying.
We didn't hear you say you had to use the
We
bathroom.
didn't hear that, yeah.
Y'all are deaf. Anywho. Alright. I guess this concludes with the gaming stuff. Now we talked about what we need to do. Well, I'll give Cyberpunk another week or two. And then, of course, on the 25th, that Friday, we can talk about the games of the year. So next week, we're just going to talk about...
The 25th, that Friday.
Yeah, last Friday, last podcast.
So that's a birthday podcast then.
All right. Happy birthday.
Birthday cast.
All right.
That's the title of the cast, right? Birthday cast, right?
I guess. We'll see.